Chris Pratt has one of the most famous body transformations of all time, going from overweight comic relief character to action movie stud in under a year. In this video, we're going to be looking at two of the weight loss hacks that were instrumental to Chris Pratt losing the weight and transforming himself. And I'll be telling you how you can use those weight loss hacks yourself to get into the best shape of your life. The first one big thing that Chris Pratt did to lose the weight was he started eating more. What? Eating more? I thought the only way to lose fat was to eat less. Well, that's actually not entirely true. Let me give you a little bit of context. Chris Pratt's radical transformation for the first Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't his first attempt transforming himself. See, back in the early 2010s, Chris landed himself a role playing a member of SEAL Team 6 in 2012's Zero Dark 30. And of course, Navy SEALs don't typically look like Andy Dwyer, so Chris had some work to do. But unfortunately, he went about things all wrong. Chris did what many people do when they want to lose weight. He severely cut back on the amount he was eating and drastically increased the amount of activity he was doing. Not a good strategy for long-term success. As you probably know if you've ever tried to lose a good amount of weight, it takes a long time. It's not necessarily hard if you do it right, more on that later, but it takes a long time all the same. So you need a weight loss plan that you can realistically see yourself sticking to in the long run. And I don't know about you, but increasing your activity by like 1,000% while also cutting down your food by 60% doesn't sound like something that most people can keep up with for long. So how did it work for Chris? Well, it kind of worked. He ended up losing a lot of the weight, but he felt terrible and did so much damage to his body because of all the activity that he actually ended up needing shoulder surgery. Plus, worst of all, he had to gain back all the weight for the next role he had after Zero Dark 30 wrapped. But I imagine even if he didn't have to gain it back for a role, he probably would have gained it all back anyways, because that's almost always what happens when people lose weight in an unsustainable way. But as we all know, the weight didn't stick around for long as Guardians of the Galaxy was right around the corner. And a big thing that was different about this transformation, along with the big hack we'll talk about later, was Chris actually focused on eating more food to lose the weight. So let's talk about how that's even possible. Like I always say in my videos, there's only one way to lose any substantial amount of fat, and that's with a calorie deficit. A calorie deficit is just when you're burning more calories than you're eating each day. So you have two options when it comes to losing weight: eat less or burn more. And this is where people get mixed up. They say, well, I want to lose as much weight as possible as quickly as possible, so I'm just going to do both. But that is 100% the most difficult way to go about things and won't work unless you're already a serious gym rat who loves causing themselves a ton of emotional pain and distress. This is because your workouts are going to feel terrible because of the lack of fuel, your cravings are going to be insane, your mood is going to be out of whack, and your hormone levels will also be negatively impacted, including the big one for fat loss and muscle gain, testosterone. Going down this path might lead to you losing a little bit of weight for a few weeks, maybe a couple months, but you will crash and burn. What you actually want to do is eat as much as possible while still being able to lose weight. And that amount might even be more than you're currently eating if you do things right. What you're going to want to do is slowly ramp up your activity while changing your diet to include more of the right stuff. This is the exact thing that Chris Pratt did that brought him so much success.
Getting after it. That's the problem, is people want to know what the secret is. The secret is you can't do it in a month.
Thank you. I like that.
It takes 8 months or a year or a lifetime of consistency, working out every single day, and eating properly and truly feeding yourself, not starving yourself, but giving yourself proper nutrition to heal. You have to burn off all the crap you've put in your body, and then you have to replace it with really good food and fuel.
Because when you fuel your body with all the whole foods it needs to power itself, suddenly your workouts start to get a little bit easier, your cravings go way down, and your hormone levels normalize. And after 4 to 6 weeks of ramping up your activity while fueling your body properly, you'll find that you'll actually start to look forward to going to the gym or going for a run because your body is getting exactly what it needs. This is the type of long-term habit change that leads to you transforming yourself for good, just like Chris Pratt did. Now, of course, we're still going to need that calorie deficit, and that'll come from all the physical activity that you're taking part in. This is how in many cases you can actually lose weight while eating more. This has been the case for a lot of my personal training clients. When they come to me, they're incredibly inactive. Maybe on a good day, they'd be walking 2,000 steps and they never work out. So for example, let's say this person was a 5'11", 25-year-old male weighing 200 pounds. That would mean his maintenance calories, aka the number of calories he needs to eat just to maintain his current weight, would be around 2,300. So let's assume he was eating that much because his weight was stable. If I were to get him to start walking 5,000 extra steps a day, that would have him burning an extra 300 calories a day. Plus, let's say he started lifting weights 3 days a week, burning 500 calories a workout. That would average out to another 200 calories burnt across 7 days. So in total, that's an extra 500 calories burnt every single day. So he could actually eat 300 more calories than he's currently currently eating and still lose weight at a decent pace. That's amazing, but it gets even better, because when you start eating more whole foods and less processed junk, the actual volume of the food you're eating goes way up. So he'd be losing this weight while feeling like he's eating way more than he was eating before. Eating a 500-calorie meal made up of chicken, brown rice, a nice curry sauce, some veggies, and avocado is going to be delicious, and thanks to all the protein, slow carbs, healthy fats, and fiber, it's going to fill you up for a long time. And with this example client we were just talking about, they could eat this 5 times a day and still lose weight. Versus if you ate 2 servings of chips, it would be the same 500 calories, it would be gone in an instant, and you'd probably be even hungrier when you finished it. So it's just like Chris says, you need to be eating more of the right stuff. Real foods that will fill you up and fuel you so you can crush your workouts while feeling amazing. This leads us straight into the second big thing that Chris did to lose the weight. He finally decided that it was worth it. Everyone wants to lose weight, everyone wants to improve their health, and everyone wants the body of their dreams. But once they're faced with the reality that there's no easy way to get all those things, and it's going to require consistency and sacrifice, they end up in this fitness purgatory, where they're telling themselves they're working towards getting what they want, while still holding on to all their bad habits and addictions that are keeping them where they are. So they end up doing the bare minimum when it comes to working towards their goals and going nowhere. This can be incredibly frustrating and demotivating. Chris Pratt put it perfectly in a couple interviews. Back when he was overweight, he was depressed, impotent, and struggled with many health problems. He felt terrible almost all the time, except for when he was eating, partying, or drinking, which sounds like classic addiction to me. So he decided that wasn't the way he wanted to live his life, and he fully committed himself to improving his body, his health, and his mood. He now admits that mealtime is a little bit more boring and less of a high, but the rest of his life has drastically improved, and he feels way better all the time.
I can't believe that I would eat 5 cheeseburgers for lunch. I lived in like a constant state of, oh God, freaking sick of eating so much. And that was happiness at that time. And now it's the exact opposite. Now eating is boring, but the times between eating, I feel great. Whereas before, eating was fun, but the times between, I felt like crap.
To me, that is an incredibly worthwhile trade. This is the exact same decision that you need to make for yourself. Do you want to hold on to your addictions to food, video games, porn, drugs, alcohol, or whatever else it is that's keeping you down? Or do you want to start making a permanent change that'll radically improve your long-term health prospects, your physique, and your mental health?
It sucks at first, but soon you kind of realize that you feel better emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. So that requires some sacrifice.
The choice is completely up to you, but if you choose the latter, you owe it to yourself to give it 100%. That doesn't mean you need to do everything all at once, but it means that you need to take action and fully commit yourself to getting this done. So once this video is over, I want you to take one tangible step towards your goals. Whether that's signing up for a gym membership, going to the store and buying some healthy groceries, or doing 20 push-ups. It can be anything. Just do something to get the ball rolling, get a win under your belt, and show yourself you're committed and you can do this. I'm here to help as much as I can, so like, subscribe, and comment down below what kind of content would help you the most with your fitness journey. Now go find out Hugh Jackman's secret to getting ripped for Wolverine, and I'll see you there.